At the fair on Saturday.
Yeah.
It's beautiful weather then. This week it's going to be hit and miss a little bit.
Yes.
Yeah, and I guess it's like after the storm rolls through, maybe next weekend, Sunday looks like a great time to be at the fair. Hopefully
Yeah.
it won't wash out plans for the next few days.
Right, and I don't think it will. Now, tomorrow's going to be definitely a little bit more touch and go because the chance is going to kind of linger throughout the day. But today, if you went, you had a fantastic time, hopefully, because we've had lots of sunshine. But now the storms, the chances are at least going to increase overnight tonight from west to east. You can see storm shield 9. We obviously had some storms out in the Texas Panhandle earlier this evening, and some of those kind of pulsed up and down. But now we do have that one severe storm over parts of Ellis and northern Roger Mills County. It's moving east-northeast, roughly at about 15 to 20 miles an hour. And it looks like, honestly, over the past 15 minutes or so, it's actually starting to slow down just a little bit. It's still certainly moving, and it's also weakening a little bit. Has some heavy rainfall, had a lot of lightning, still some lightning with it. But again, it's moving off to the east. I think, Arnett, you're certainly going to get some of the rain and storms from it. Now, as far as any severe weather, that is going to be an overall low threat. You can see the hail core on the western sides of it. It has weakened earlier. It was showing up to quarter-size hail. Now it's showing up to dime-size hail, which is not technically severe anymore. And just looking at our veil product or our storm strength, you can see that it was certainly severe, but now it's starting to weaken. It's losing some of those red colors, so that's some good news there. But if it continues on its track and if it were to speed up a little bit, eventually it could make it to Leedy at about 10:49, Camargo at 11:05, and Visay at about 11:36. Temperatures today, we made it back to 90 degrees here in Oklahoma City. Lots of low 90s across north, low to mid 90s across the south. Not quite there anymore. Overall, a pretty nice evening. This is our National Cowboy Museum camera, but over our Lucky Star Sky Chem network, we've come down to 72 degrees. Dew points in the low 50s with a light wind coming in out of the south-southeast at about 7 miles an hour. Temperatures kind of all over the place right now. We've got upper 60s where we currently have rain and storms, but lots of low to mid 70s across the state. Some mid and upper 60s mixed in across eastern Oklahoma with that southeast wind between about 5 to 15. But we've got that one wind gust about 42 miles an hour over our net Mesonet station. But looking at the big picture right now, you can see with the heating of the day that we had earlier, we had the rain and storms over the Rockies, intensified a little bit in some spots, a couple of severe storms here and there. But now these storms, or this main wave, is moving into our state. So overnight tonight, I think that chance will be increasing even here for Oklahoma City, but it's probably not going to be until after about 3, 4 o'clock in the morning we start to see a few more storms pop up. And then during the day, those chances will really start to pick up along with that severe threat. But we're not done. I think Wednesday afternoon, everything is going to be pretty much out of here. But by Thursday into Friday, here comes the next main wave. That upper low, the upper jet stream is going to be pretty strong as well. And as of right now, it's showing it's trying to move it out pretty quickly. So by Saturday, there's still going to be a chance of rain and storms. We've got the dry line moving into the state. But as of right now, it looks like the higher chances will be in far eastern Oklahoma. And then in behind it, we've got fall air moving in, at least temporarily. It looks like by Sunday, the last day of the fair, we've got temperatures dropping down into the upper 70s. It doesn't last very long. Eventually, the warmer temperatures do come back, and we're not quite done with those 80-degree plus temperatures just yet. But overnight tonight and into tomorrow morning, overall chances out to the west are pretty low, but eventually I think that chance will start to increase across really all of central Oklahoma. Temperatures drop down into the mid and upper 60s by early tomorrow morning, and then tomorrow afternoon. It still looks pretty warm, mid and upper 80s for a lot of us, but some low 90s to mid 90s across the west and southwest, about 92 tomorrow afternoon in Ardmore. But later in the afternoon, I think about 2, 3 o'clock in the afternoon, that's when those storms are going to become a little bit more numerous, and that's when they're going to become a little bit more strong as well. And right now, overall, the threat is going to be pretty low, but it is there for that we could get some severe storms with up to golf ball size hail, wind gusts 60 to maybe isolated up to about 75 miles an hour. So where we could see up to golf ball size hail, that puts us, that's going to be the metro and parts of south central Oklahoma as well. Again, very isolated at best, but the wind gusts, still the strongest wind gusts, look to be really across much of central Oklahoma. By Wednesday morning, though, everything moves into eastern Oklahoma. Still a chance that we have some leftover scattered showers and storms hanging around, but later in the day, it looks like we're going to start to clear out. Lots of sun with temperatures climbing back into the mid 80s, some upper 80s around Clinton, the low 90s in the southwest. For Thursday afternoon, we're sticking with the mid 80s, low 90s in the southwest. Another chance of rain and storms, a little bit more likely off to the east, but still a 60% chance here in Oklahoma City, with chances carrying on into your Friday and Friday night. By Saturday, though, fall arrives, but the fall air moves in by Sunday. We'll be right back.